nice to be with you guys again. Hopefully you enjoyed your weekend so far. Happy National Play to Create Day. It's a chance for us to get together and just really enjoy our hobbies and a chance to just literally play to create together. So jump in, say hi, let me know where you're joining me from. And of course, let me know what you think about our fun, exciting birthday announcement as we launch into this pre-order for our next idea book. Oh, guys, gosh, I'm so excited to finally have shared kind of like what's we've been working on, but I'm also really excited for you guys to get your hands on it. So we will work really hard to get it done and as fast as possible through production so that you guys can enjoy that and add it to your pile. So I'm sitting here. I still have the lovely pile of books sitting on my desk from yesterday's event. But good evening, good evening. Well, hopefully you guys are going to be creating along with me. This is kind of just an online crop and a chance for us just to hang out and scrapbook together. So really, I hope that you're pulling something out yourself and scrapbooking. It's never too late to grab a few papers, a few pictures, and you might as well scrapbook along. We actually have a full house here, right? Lacey had some friends over. I have this live event, so yay, it's Saturday, right? And my hair's in a bun. I've got a hoodie on. Oh, Saturdays, love them. No, really, I'm grateful. But I will say I'm grateful for the chance to scrapbook. But I will say it's kind of like, okay, getting everybody settled and moving on. So we're going to throw a creative challenge out there. I'm going to be doing some giveaways during this live event, and we're going to have some fun. All right. So the creative challenge for the birthday and National Play to Create Day, I decided that we're going to revisit idea book number 1. We talked about it a lot yesterday. I think it's just because it's like, you know, a lot of where a lot of things started. And so I think a lot of our memories were just kind of reminiscing on it. But I thought it would be fun. We're going to turn to page 16. All right, page 16. And we're going to do this layout down here at the bottom. So this is going to be our creative challenge. So feel free to, if you have the book, go to page 16. Use that basically as a springboard, a sketch, inspiration, and make your own layout. And then post it in the community and use hashtag. I'm going to actually put this in the chat so everyone has it. Hashtag Sweet 16 challenge. Okay. We will pick a winner on August 18th as well. So if you finish it tonight, great. Post it over in the circle community. Okay, guys. And your version, whatever version of that layout it is, I'm going to put it up again just so you could take a screenshot. Okay. If you need it. And we'll make a post after this event, but make a layout using that layout. Ooh, it's kind of bright. There we go. I'm going to put my mouth up so that it's not in the screenshot. And use the hashtag Sweet16 challenge. And we are going to do a store credit with that. We always do one every month with our community layout challenge through that. But this is special for the 16th birthday challenge and for National Play to Create Day. So use that as a, your springboard, like I said, and we're actually doing a $50 store credit for the winner on this challenge. So it's so worth pulling some things out and really playing with your designs. And honestly, it's just a clean looking layout. It's really simple, really fun, but I think there's a lot of ways that you can make it your own as well, which is what's always fun about a creative challenge. So that's the creative challenge. I'm going to be creating mine today. I'm going to get it off the list. No, get it done. You might as well. So like I said, join, come scrapbook along, and we will create today. All right, this challenge today. Yes, Gail, it is baby Lacey. Isn't that crazy? That's what we get for going all the way back to book number 1. So much growing up. Why do we have to grow up? But there's so much growing up. It's crazy. That was baby Lacey in that book. Okay, so then along with that, like I said, we're going to be doing some more giveaways. I have an idea for a few giveaways. We're going to see how it works. Okay. But let me go ahead to the down view. It will be easier for you guys to see things from there and also for us just to be able to chat. Let's see, Scrappy B. I've been working on organizing my templates using the new pockets and labels. I will be continuing to work on this evening. That's awesome too. That's a worthy goal. I love that. And it takes some time, I'm sure, as you're witnessing, but it will be completely worth it. So again, so Sweet 16 Challenge, that's the hashtag needs to be over in the circle community, guys, because that's where we'll be able to search for those things. All right. Hey, Natalie, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Awesome. Okay, so let's get to playing and let's get to creating, right? Loretta, what do you say? I'm in a retreat house this weekend, so I've already started. Oh, Loretta, she's already in her scrapbooking zone. She's already there. So is Linda. She's also in the scrapbooking zone. You guys are ahead. Wow, that's awesome. Way to go. I love it. Well, thanks, guys, for jumping in, saying hi. I'm so glad. Hopefully, again, a lot of you guys are going to be scrapbooking along this evening and just a fan chance to hang out, like I said. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments here. I don't have my handy dandy sidekick with me today, so I will do my best to make sure that I can get to all your guys' comments, okay? All right. Hello, Michelle, how are you? Okay. And let's go to the down view. Here we go. I was like really torn what I was going to scrapbook when I was like, yeah, let's just go to page 16. I'm not going to overthink it because there's so much inspiration in all of these books. Sometimes it's like, which one do you do? Do you guys ever feel that way with inspiration? Just the community too is overflowing with it, right? I thought this would be, like I said, it was really easy just to pick a number, page 16. That's our 16th birthday. But heck, if you ever have a decision paralyzation, just throw numbers randomly in a cup, pick a number, and then go to that page and create that book. So less overthinking, right? This is the year of less overthinking and more creating. So there's another little suggestion to help us to overcome that this year in 2025. All right, so one more time, I'm going to hold this up because I think this view might show it a little bit better. All right. So that is the sketch, basically the layout concept that we're going to use for our creative challenge for today. Okay. So definitely make sure to take advantage of that. And I'm going to put mine right over here to the side. And, you know, every time I go live, I always think, should I like pre-design? Should I decide on these things? And I always think, you know what? I'm going to go through the processes whenever possible I can live together because I just think it's super valuable. So clearly as scrapbookers, there are a few things that we should preemptively know, right? Pictures. I'm going to scrapbook another page of these adorable pictures. I have my page. I tell you guys this all the time. I scrapbook for myself, but I decided these pictures are just so cute. I will go ahead and scrapbook a page for my daughter's album too. Because she's like, Mom, I'm not getting a lot done. And I'm like, I get it, hon. I once had a newborn too. I totally get it. So I thought I'd go ahead and do that. And I have extra of the Simple Stories collection because that's what I bought. Oh, sorry. If you guys don't know, here, let me show you this layout I did in case you missed it. So this is a layout. I still need to post a picture in the community. I have a picture. I just haven't had a chance yet with the birthday and everything. But it was so much fun, which is why I'm like, you know what? I'm going to create another page. It was just so much fun. So I am going to create another page. I used the coming soon spotlights. For those of you that ordered those should be getting here like within a week. I don't know. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure they're coming really soon because we got our pre-shipment of them. And usually they're only a few weeks behind. So I think we're going to be able to ship them out hopefully end of August. I know we said with that pre-order, it was like the beginning of September, I think, but I'm really hoping that they are able to get them out sometime in August. So that was the spotlight set. If you guys remember those ones from National Scrapbook Day. One of the other ones that we released, because there was so much in that quarter release, whatever, was Everett Drive 2. So I did pull that out. It's kind of not fair, but the truth is any border really will help you create this look. I guess I should tell you guys what this border is. Oh, this is Clara Lane in the sample. So some of you guys might not have Clara Lane, and so you want to use Paisley Place, right? Or Abbey Road or Aspen Court. Like honestly, any type of border will really pull on the theme that you choose to scrapbook. So you don't have to go baby theme. If you want to and you're feeling it, then go the baby theme. And ultimately, I just really love, 16. So I'm kind of pulling out what inspires me. And what instantly inspires me personally is just the structure of this frame, how the borders up here has like the smaller border here, right? And it's probably slimmed down a little bit, but then it has the strips, and then the strips are pulled down to anchor it and balance it from a top bottom perspective on these pages. And so that's really pretty to me. I really think that's really fun. So I might not reinvent the wheel too much from this creative challenge, and just it as I go, whether I balance my embellishments like that and put them in the same position or I adjust it and play. But we will discover that as we play, right? So of course, pictures and paper are a given. And then I did say, I want to use Everett. I was like, I really want to use Everett. So I did decide on my border. So that much I do know. And then from there, I'm just going to let it kind of evolve as we go along. Okay. And so let's see how we got that. Now, I haven't picked out a main pattern from this collection. I kind of did that when I made my first layout, but then I have not been able to go back through and see what is what in this kit. There's a lot that comes in this. Let me show you again. It's the Simple Stories. I actually did get this from Scrapmania when I was visiting them. Was that early this year or was it the end of last year? My goodness. I'm like, where are we at? But I did pick it up there, and I believe it's still available. I'm not quite sure, but I knew that I wanted the Winnie the Pooh. And there was another version from Echo Park. I feel like once Winnie the Pooh's copyrights came available, I feel like all the paper lines were like, yes, we need a collection of this. So, and I'm glad they did. So, all right. I'm thinking, I absolutely could do like a Winnie the Pooh. For me personally, my grandson, I don't mind flowers on a boy page personally. If I wanted to kind of like avoid that, I could go more of this plaid vibe. But I'm also not too, I just never have been. Maybe it's because I have 4 girls and 1 boy, and my 1 boy is always in other pictures and stuff like that. And so I've never been too hyper focused if it's like flowers or things like that in a boy page. I think it works out. Oh, that's kind of cute too. So I'm trying to think of my main pattern, right? And then I'm going to pull from there. And like I said, I did not quite do that because I think it's valuable to go from the start to finish related to, even related to picking out of a collection, because this Simple Stories, they have a lot of great patterns. There's paper collections designs like, let me show you, right? A lot of these where, because it's kind of their approach to scrapbooking, like the pockets and things like that. Doesn't mean you can't use it more on your traditional 12 by 12s and stuff like that. But they have a lot of these kind of designs. I wish these dots were a little bit smaller, but that's okay. And they have a lot of these type of things too, where they have them already kind of a little bit decorated and things like that. So I actually did use this paper. I actually cut this piece out of, I don't know, I just love the 100 Acre Woods. So I actually used it here. So I just used a piece of that because you had, I'm not sure why I had 2 of those, but I did. Because typically you don't get like 2 of them. Okay, I think you just get 1 of each design. So for me, I already pulled out some other background sheets to go with this collection because I'm not going to have background sheets in this pack. I already know that. But the paper is so cute and so fun to design with. I have these extra sheets that I already, oh yeah. So they had 2 versions of that. And I already cut out of that one for the 100 Acre Woods stuff. If it gets loud, guys, like I said, you'll have to let me know. My husband's really worried about it because they're all out there having a grand time. But I said, it is what it is. We're all busy tonight. We have our plans, and I'm excited to scrapbook. I'm not going to scrapbook. So I'll just listen to you guys have your laughs and stuff out there as well. This is so cute. Look how cute that is. So again, trying to figure out how to use that on a 12 by 12 page. Doesn't quite work for a main pattern related to, well, you could use this as like a main pattern if you want. It's a little bit more spread out and not a lot of color to pull from. So main patterns, I like to have a little bit more of the color palettes in which I want to use represented so that it helps when I do my other layers to pull from that. But this could be a fun background or backdrop kind of design if I wanted to use it. But that's really cute. It's just so cute. All right, so I think for me, I'm going to go with this sketch challenge in mind. Again, I think one of the things that makes this page, and you'll adjust it as it goes, but for me, I'm not going to overthink it too much. I really love the balance of using the top bottom there. I think it's really cute in that regards. But it also creates, if you want to do your 2 borders like that, it does create a great opportunity to do maybe like a main and a supporting there. So these are the 3 that I'm kind of leaning towards. I was like kind of torn on this one. It's just got a lot of the little flowers in it, but oh yeah. And then they have like these tags, like a whole tag sheet. So that's, I'm not to that phase yet. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to put that to the side. Put the sheets to the side so you're not distracted. It's so cute. Super, super cute. This one doesn't have any blue in it. I noticed that. Like these, it's a busier pattern, a main pattern in this collection, but it doesn't have, it's not pulling from these other sheets. So that throwing me off a little bit. It doesn't have the blues and it has the yellows, the reds, the pinks. Yeah, it doesn't have like any of the teals in it, the blues and the teals in it. And because of that, if I choose this for a main pattern, it will be hard to balance it with any of the blues or anything because it won't be pulling it from that. I would have to go more pinks and reds, which I think will really make the page feel more, I don't know, girly. So I think it's going to be cute for your future page, but I'm not going to do it for this page. I don't mind this one though. Okay, let me do that as my supporting. I'm going to throw this B one. I think the B could be really cute approach with this page that I'm going to work on. So I'm going to do that one and the supporting. And my backgrounds, like I said, I'm going to have to pull from another kit because this is not going to work for, none of these are going to work for my backgrounds. None of them. Nope. Nope. They do have all these stickers. I'll see when I get to that step, the embellishing step, if I need them. I think I'm going to throw this one in as my extra one. And then now I just need to pick out, kind of darkens it, just kidding. But I kind of like that. Honestly, I don't know if we're going to need it based off of the sketch challenge. It's kind of a clean frame, that sketch challenge. That layout challenge. I'm calling it a sketch, but it's a layout. But every layout is really a sketch. So in how I look at layouts, I always look at the structure, which then if it becomes like a sketch at that point. So, all right. Cute collection though, don't you guys think? Cute collection. Super fun. Oh, and Linda says they have a new poo fall now. Oh, son of a gun, Linda. You shouldn't have told me that. Oh. Playing is part of the fun. Absolutely, Joe. Hello. Trisha, how are you guys? Huh. Oh, it was last. Lisa let me know it was last October. Thanks. I'm like, wait, was it in this year or last year? That's crazy. That was so fun, though. So fun. I don't know, Linda. I don't know why your questions have a... Oh, this question? Oh my, so cute? Question mark? Is it supposed to be exclamation? I'm not sure. Okay, what'd you say, Gail? I dragged my hubby to 4 local scrapbook stores while on vacation. Such a trooper. That is a good trooper. He's a keeper. He is a keeper for sure. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to throw this to the side. This is why I kind of narrow down on my papers, because when you keep all these papers out, it can be extremely overwhelming. I don't know about you guys, but it can be extremely overwhelming. Oh, this is the other page. If you're part of the Kiwi Club, you'll see this in the Kiwi Club Digital Idea book, but I shared that a little bit last night. I'm going to move that to the side. It just was on my table, and I was like, why is that on my table? Okay, so I did pull up some background sheet options. These were actually from the paper pack, the background paper pack that we released. And I just wanted to see kind of what color tone. Oh, see, this is a little bit cooler with the grays, and I just haven't had time to play with it yet as far as layering them. It's kind of got a chevron. You can't see it too much, but it does have a chevron on that. And I like the cream. So this paper tone, or this paper line, is definitely more in the greens, not the cools, but I wasn't sure. So I pulled that out to test it, but it's more grayish and it's not going to work. And then this one, if I use this as one of my supportings, that's going to blend. If I do like a light teal background, it's going to blend and it's not going to pop. So for me, I'm going to go with these as my backgrounds. And I'm going to go with this kind of pattern as my main to set the tone, I think is what I've decided there. I'm going to put those to the side. And then some supporting ones. And then when I get to the other layers, because of the way that Simple Stories does their paper, I don't get a lot of use out of some of these backs. So I'm going to have to just kind of pull from other of that paper line in the collection. It's maybe pulling some white or red cardstock or something as I go along. We will figure that out though. All right. I'm excited to start playing. You know, I just dawned on me though, because I'm using this cream background, I don't know how well my templates are going to show up personally. So we will get it going, and maybe I'll need to, I might need to use kind of a darker background to design on, and then I'll switch it out and go to the one that I intend on using. So again, the templates I did pull together with my paper, and then I trimmed down my paper and with my pictures. And that's really the base of what you need to get started. So if you are just like, had a really long Saturday, totally get it, and you're thinking, I don't know, scrapbook, just focus on what paper do you want to use? Trim it down really fast. It does like take, 10 so minutes sometimes. And then pictures, and then just pick a few templates. And if you're not sure, stick to the similar templates that you see in the sketch challenge, this creative challenge for the one that we are setting up for tonight's event, which was Claire Lane. And she, this is something Debbie created, I believe. Yeah, it was curated by Debbie using old My Mind's Eye paper. Tags, and she used tiny tags here to make that little bottle at the time. That's cute. Those are old ones, so you might have to adjust what templates you're using, but ultimately start with a border. Start with a border, just like I'm going to, and any border will work. I'm going to play with Everett. I'm going to tease you guys a little bit more, but at the same time, I think it will be a lot of fun to pull out and see it in action. So we're going to do that. So this is the Everett. If you guys didn't pre-order it, there will be a few available, hopefully. Last time it sold out, so I'm not quite sure where's that at, but most likely when they all get shipped out, we'll have a few extra, and hopefully you didn't lose that kind of opportunity to do that. But it's a fun new border set. All the borders are fun though. But this is a really fun one too. Specifically, I love this kind of addition of kind of a photo placement, decorative edge to this pairing here. That's super cute. I might even, you know what? Trying to decide, like, if I'm putting my borders similar to what I see, this border was laying down like this. It's going to look completely different, but I did love how that was structured, like so. Or now I'm trying to decide if I want to use this one. Maybe not, but it's so cute. I'm going to play around for just a minute. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a giveaway. I really loved how that was at the top and then it balanced it at the bottom. So I'm going to take this pairing, I'm going to slide it over here. And then, okay, so this might not work because it takes up a lot of space for what we're trying to accomplish. This one I want to trim down. You'll notice in that layout that we chose for the Creative Challenge, it really is just a slim of it. And so most of this will be covered by a border too, in that case. Super cute. I can't hear your family having fun. Okay, well, that's good. But yes, it wouldn't be a bad thing hearing them. Cute. Yeah, these are really fun. Like I said, the spotlight in Everett. I just thought it would be fun to use Everett because we did name her after Caleb Everett, because they didn't know his first name at first. So they decided that they were going to, they knew what his middle name was going to be at the time when we launched this. So I was like, okay, well, then we're going with Everett. But it could have been Caleb's border, but that's okay. Everett works. It could have been called Caleb. So I love these little look how cute they are with the thought of photos going in these. See how cute that is? You can stick little photos in them. Look how cute that is. Little guy, little cute guy. I think it could work. I'm going to adjust it. I'm going to go with that and see what we can come up with. Okay. But ultimately, I do love the top bottom border. It's been a while since I've done a good top bottom border, to tell you the truth. And I'm actually going to flip my border. You'll see here. So again, just using this as a creative challenge, let it flow wherever it goes. This one's flipped upwards with the straight edge at the bottom. I think I'm going to switch mine and do mine that way. That's kind of fun. All right, guys, let's do a giveaway. So I don't know how you guys have these. Some of you guys probably do. and that's okay. Look at this. I found an accent set, guys, an accent set. I think a few of you guys were just recently a groovy set. These are from like way in the vault. Woodland Creatures is another one. And then I have a few a la cartes, but for sure I want to give these 3 away. Instead of them sitting in one of my vaulted drawers, we might as well throw them into hands of some of you guys. Now, if you're not familiar in the live events, when we do a giveaway, often what we have to do is in the comments. And so comments can show up at different times. So I'll do my best to catch the first person that comments. And it does actually combine comments from Facebook and YouTube. So on my end. So from each location, I'll be able to see both. All right. We're going to play a game called Name That Designer Template. You guys ready? This might be unfair for some people that might be new to Kiwi Lane. I do apologize at the beginning. But some of you guys might actually know these templates in these regards. So I'm going to actually hold my hand as best. Oh, you know what? I just use paper. That's what we have it for, right? Here, I'm going to open up idea book number 1 at this point. And I'm going to show you a border set, or I show you a template set inside of this page. And you got to put the name of the template in the comments. Okay. And the first person that I see in the comments gets to pick one of those vaulted sets. Okay. All right. I got my eye on the chat so I could see it. Here's the layout from this idea book. And these purple designs here. So this one that kind of made this tree and this little flower over here. What set is that? What set is that? Okay. I'm looking not for the border here, for those designs. So name that template set. Nature, Trudy. Yes, Trudy Buse. I see it. Okay, nature. It's our nature set. Oh my gosh, guys. This nature set actually is still in the shop, I believe. It's been around since idea book number 1, just show you how versatile it is. You can make a cute flower. You could do a really cute tree. Look at this flower over here. It can become like just a really fun burst, or it could be more of a sunflower, or it could be a sun. See, look at that cute sunflower. That was all like nature, the nature set. And this is back way in the day. So I just kind of picked that page randomly, but name that template set. We'll play it again here soon. Trudy, what template set? Do you have these? Hopefully not these vaulted set. Let me know in the comments which one you would like. We have accents, accents. It includes these. This is a vaulted one. We have woodland creatures, which actually makes all of those cute creatures if you don't have that. And we have the groovy set. I mean, the groovy set has the rings. That's also shows how far back it goes. But yeah, the groovy set is kind of more of that one. Another accents, Trudy. That is a great suggestion. Actually, you can never go wrong with those. So absolutely. Okay, Trudy, I'm going to mark your name down as well. Is if you can email support at kiwilane.com and just verify your shipping address. We'll get that shipped out to you this coming week. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. We'll do that again. I'm going to pick a different idea book next. Maybe I'll go to idea book number 3 and we will do another name that template set. All right. So now that I have a frame for kind of the approach that I want to take this layout based off of our sketch, our layout creative challenge that we picked for tonight's event. Let me go back there, page 16 for Sweet 16. Okay. This one features 5 pictures. So let me grab my photo templates because that's going to be a great place for me to get out of my head and kind of use these to kind of decide for sure if that's going to work for my version of this layout. If it's not going to work for my version of this layout, but ultimately it was kind of set up like that. I've already adjusted my layout just a little, so I'm probably going to need to adjust my photos a little as well. All right. And if I want to pull this in, it had like a 4x5 here, but I've decided I wanted to use Everett as my border. So I've already kind of changed what border I want, and I'm going to play with it for a moment because, yeah, I'm trying to decide, like, I think that could be really cute like that. Honestly, let me double check which photos will work where, because that will also help me decide. Oh, it's so cute. You know what? I wonder, I've not done this before yet. Oh, no. I was like, I wonder if you can like have it go across both of them. You know what? Maybe, because I need that to be framed here. Because I was like, you could continue the picture. You probably need a 5x7 to do that, but that could be really fun. I'm going to have to print a 5x7 and try that now. That could be really cute. And then I definitely want, I didn't get done picking all my things off. That, and let me just make sure I can crop down these pictures as well. Yeah, it can work being cropped a little bit. How about this one? I'm okay with that too. I have his belly already showing in that one. So I'll crop those, and I'll probably keep that one like that. Okay. All right. So that actually works. I got lucky there. Sometimes it takes a little bit more adjusting your pictures, but that worked. I printed 5 pictures off, and I was like, we're going to just kind of see if it works out, and it did. So I actually have this little one too. But you know what I think in the second circle that I'm going to do? Because when I get to this step of the process, I also like to think of my titles, right? What kind of titles do I want to use and things like that. And I will say, again, simple stories, they have so many of those. So maybe since I'm on the title, they have so many. Well, these are tags. Which maybe I'll use. What happened to that one sheet that I had? It was on the back of one of those main patterns. Where did it go? There it is. Oh, those are really big. All right. Life is an adventure. Just hang on. Dang it, I was really hoping one of these could work. Let me see what's on these stickers. We can always do a decorative background. There's no hurry. We shall get there someday. Okay. I was thinking something like small little one. He's not really together. He's kind of alone. A lovely day. Kind words are like honey. I mean, they all have that wonderful poo vibe, I will say. You know what? Let's just see this. If we go with the poo vibe, can I work this in here? I can. I cut off this Pooh Bear here. So again, I like to think of what options I have at this point because it never hurts to keep looking for sunshine. Okay. Doesn't quite work for my baby page. I'm not gonna, none of those are quite getting the vibe that I think I would want. I love this. Big things start small. Like that would have been cute. Let me see if that works inside of this circle. No, I actually think we could get that to work. There we go. That's the one I'm going to do then. We are going to make that work. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out for a moment. And because I've already kind of made that decision. put those to the side because you just not quite need those to be displayed. It's not quite filling the circle, but I feel like I can just add another strip or adjust that a little bit when I trace it out. Just kind of adjust it. So, all right, there's another thought process just to make sure that you always are kind of, if you do want to include a title, and I don't think every page, of course, needs a title, right? But if you do want to include one, then it's good to consider it during this kind of setup phase of your page. Now, if I was going to less overthinking, right, and refer to the creative challenge here for our 16th birthday and for a National Play to Create Day, I could just look at this and quickly see where accessories are placed. So we have this balance going on from left to right. And then there's just some details around the photos themselves. So that's fun. It's simple. It's easy. I could put some stickers here. So be inspired from her page like that. And even maybe some elements of stickers here. I actually have the circles here. So for me, I have a lot of details already happening here. But, you know, I definitely want something on this page. So we are going to make a little Pooh Bear because why not? And I love these templates, the Grizzly. So it's going to be really cute to have that. All right. And maybe we'll even do the tree. Let's see. That's cute. Oh, and some bees. That's right. I have the busy bee set out already too, because if we go the bee route, I knew I would want to use this. This is the same set that I did use on that other page. I definitely incorporate some bees. So maybe something there to kind of put something there. We will find a place for you, the bee. Let me see. Am I loving that kind of centered here, or do I want to pull it? Oh, I kind of like it centered, actually. Usually I tuck to the right or to the left, but I actually think that's really cute. Or maybe even the bee there, so it goes shoo, like that, right? We're creating this visual triangle effect with some kind of pieces over here and there. Now I do have this space here because I'm doing my photos and my templates this way. We could, I could do some journaling here, like say if we did strips, or again, because Simple Stories has so many of these. Let me see here. I could pull these tags in. Let me see what a tag looks tucked up behind these circles. I'm not quite sure. I think it might, I don't know. We're going to try it out. You know what? I'm not loving that. So let me think here. I do think maybe I'm just using these strips for a moment to kind of lay these out. I think some titling or journaling little pieces here could actually fill in that gap. And then if anything, we put another little bee or something there. But I do love that, the flow that's happening there. Oh, and then we can even put some stickers there, and I'll probably put dates and things. So I think we have options. Okay, guys. Well, honestly, I don't really need to think too far. The templates really do a lot of that heavy lifting as far as bringing in the creative elements. And then, of course, you just kind of find a pattern, a combination that you like, and then you just kind of go with it. I think that's really cute. These templates, Melanie, is Everett Drive, which is the one that we pre-ordered. If you pre-order already, it should be coming in a couple weeks. But I did pull it out because I got my pre-shipment before it, which is always a good sign. Whenever I get my pre-shipment, that means that they're coming, which means the wait is almost over. And I'm using the Grizzly from the Kiwi Club kit this month. and I can't wait to create with it again. So cute. It's so fun. So fun. I love that set. Okay. All right. Well, so now that I have my frame, my assortment of pictures, I don't think I really need much more. And I think that's what's fun about that kit or that page. I do think I want to throw in some strips to really pull in that clean factor that you see in this creative challenge. Okay. All right. Super cute. Gail says you could put a larger circle ring behind the circle and do strips or journaling on the circle. That's a good point too. I do think that the circle could add to the movement again. So maybe I will do that. I feel like if I did that, Gal, though, I don't know, maybe it's me. Again, we would need to balance that a little bit more over here. Maybe I could put a circle here underneath, tucked here, if I wanted to do that. Okay, you got me wondering, Gail. So let me just go ahead, and we don't need to do it in our head. We can just see if it works or doesn't work. So let me pull out the rings really fast. So if we want to add another kind of space filler there, I would have to flip it, right? Because that's a little too groupy. It's too groupy. But we could do a little half one here. And then that could be cute decorative. And then I was thinking if we did that, I would balance, because we got really heavy circle on the left. We would want to balance that over on the right. Just keeping in some of those key design principles. A check list really is what you're doing there. So we could do something like that. I'm still not quite sure we need to fill in this space, though. I think that's what I'm trying to decide. Although I do think the circle over here does balance the circle either way. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to keep them out just so that I have them close by. And I think I'm just going to start in the process. Sometimes when you're not quite filling in the spaces, you let your mind kind of rest on it as you go through the flow state processes, the tracing and the cutting. And that's kind of and it will come, I think I've seen it and witnessed it more times than I count. It definitely comes together, meaning in your head eventually. So don't sit there and spin on it too long. All right. Where are my main patterns and my supporting patterns? So because I did that pre-decision making, it really allows me to kind of jump in and help me get going here. So I loved the B one, and I was thinking this and this, and then maybe swapping it where I put the strip down here too, and then the strip up at the top. So I'm gonna, this layout used the same patterns, right? From the same sheet. All of that came from a 12 by 12 sheet. So that's great. But in my case, I want to add a little more into the mix of it. So I'm going to use that. Oh, there's more titles on the back of it. That's what's so important. Like, I'm going to have to cut into those. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not going to weigh out too much. I got to go get my paper trimmer. Sorry, my daughter took it to the other room. Give me 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes. I don't need 2 minutes. Okay. Actually, whenever I finish a phase, I think we should do a giveaway. So we finished our pre-selection phase with the papers and the pictures, did a giveaway. Now that we finished the designing phase, I think we should do a giveaway. So let's open up Idea Book 2. We're going to do Idea Book 2. I'm going to go and pick a page. We're going to play again. Name that designer template set. We have a few vaulted sets. The first ones, we have Groovy and Woodland Creatures left. Trudy picked Accents. I'm going to pick a page. I'm going to point at a design. And you guys got to tell me what template set that is. Let's see here. Well, let's see. Some of these are are pretty great. Some of them are pretty obvious though in the names. Okay, let me find a paper again. Cover up the words here. This is a little bit more complicated. All right, you ready? Okay, these designs here, these flowers and the elements, what template is that? I can't lift it up, guys. Sorry. If I do, I'll show you all the details around it. This is Riley. This is little baby Riley. Oh my gosh. That was a fun page too. Natalie, yes. Sweetheart. Sweetheart is that vaulted set. Oh, that's such a fun one. That one is definitely vaulted, an old school there on that set. But super fun. Yes. Okay, Natalie, which one of these vaulted? You want groovy or or woodland creatures? Those are the two sets. I do actually have, they're just not as vaulted. I think Tweet is another one, but that's not vaulted. And then I have some olive cards, but I think I'll save those towards the end. So you let me know, Natalie. Woohoo, she says. Yay, congrats. Love it. Okay, Natalie, let me know, and I will make sure to note it, and then make sure to email support@kiwilink.com too, so that we make sure we can get that shipped out to you. Okay? Tweet. Got it. Done. We will get that sent to you. Okay. Put those out of the pockets. Okay. Let's go on to our cuts, onto the transformation process here. And all right. So I did mention, oh yeah, I need to trim this little thing off really fast. Oh. I could have just trimmed it from this side. That's 12-inch still intact too. I think it's still 12. Yeah, I had cut into this paper, so I wanted to make sure. So this one I want to slim up. I don't want it to be as wide. I want it to be slimmer because I do want to balance it with the strips from the inspiration from the Creative Challenge layout that we have going on. And so I'm going to kind of sliver these up a little bit, and then they won't be 100% lined because I'm adjusting it, meaning I'll have to so I'm not going to go straight to this edge. I'm going to go inwards here. And I'm going to put a strip so I can always align the strips when I cut those out. So it'll be good. Okay. All right. So let me do a straight cut. I always love the first cut. It's always so enjoyable for me. My paper trimmer's loud. I've thrown it on. It's fallen off the tables quite a bit. I think it's got a little beat up. It's like, and then we're just gonna follow that line, cut it up. I really do. I always love the first cut. I don't know about you guys, but for me, there's just something about taking that pattern paper and cutting into it, transforming it, and really just having fun with that. I love that. Okay, my ink is over here. Ugh. Got it. Okay. I always ink my first pieces too. Even if I choose to ink all the elements at the end, sometimes I do that based off of mood. A lot of times I just trace cut ink replace because of habit. It's like muscle memory now at this point. I don't even know what I'm doing. I just get into the flow state, so I don't really even guess it or question it. But I definitely always ink the first piece because, like I said, I love to see that polished kind of progress start to come to life. For me, I always love that. All right. These little bees on this paper, so fun. trying to remember. I don't know if Linda's still on here, but you said the Pooh one, the fall one. Didn't Echo Park have the fall one? So you're saying Simple Stories came up with another fall one for Winnie the Pooh? I do love me fall. I do. I think out of all my paper, I have the most. The fall section is pretty close. Actually, that's not bad. I almost got pretty's lined back up from adjusting mine, but actually going to go this way. This side's getting a little thin, so I don't want to slim that down. Well, that one also. That's okay. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to put a strip across. So I'll make sure to layer that back up on top. Okay. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring that down again, but I'm going to cut my next border out and then go from there. So this one, of course, is a little different than your typical ABs. So you can either start with this one across the edge, like so, and then partner this one up, but we can't really do a straight cut here. We're going to okay, I'm not cutting these insides out. Like that's not necessarily needed for the design I'm going to do. I can just layer them on top. You could cut them out if you want, but for my layout that I'm doing, I'll probably do it the more simpler way. But I do need to cut this out. So I'm going to do kind of a close, messy cut around this. And I'm going to go ahead and trim that up like so. Put that over there. And now we can cut up one in the middle. And this one I didn't slim down. I just kept it the size that it was. So it should just match back up naturally. Naturally, it should do that. So, okay, I'm going to put that to the side because I don't know if I need it. I have to eat, guys. It's just, I sat there and I said that, like, but I just, honestly, I really liked the satisfaction. It's for my own needs. Every time I get in these lives, but I'm like, oh, well, it's real. It's how I scrap it. So seeing real behind the scenes, how it works. Sometimes I think, oh, it would be faster and, you know, I could not waste anyone's time. I feel like sometimes I think that like, oh, I'm going to waste their time. But if you guys sit and watch me, you know, ink. But we're just all hopefully crafting along, chatting. Like I said, we'll do a few more giveaways, things like that. So Linda says it's a new collection, but not sure. We'll look when I go back. Okay. No pressure, Linda. No pressure. I did pick up the Echo Park one, so that's why I was curious to see. I was like, is it the Echo Park one? But I did pick that one up, and I made a collection out of that one. I didn't buy that whole here. So for anyone else that might be wondering, yeah, is it fall? So I handpicked these ones and bought the individual sheets on this one. No, it's not fall. So if it's this one you're thinking of, a little different. And then I picked 2 background sheets. So I kind of already put together a little paper pack out of that set. But this one is the Echo Park. That was another one I picked up at that time. Me and Linda sat and shopped. And luckily it all fit back in the suitcase. It was good. And I bought it all with knowing my grandson was coming. I was like, I'm buying this because, you know, I'll be doing these pages. Okay. All right. I feel like I need to balance it. See, right now it's feeling a little like, because we're doing the 2 different patterns and 2 different borders, top, bottom. This is where I'm really curious, and it may not work. I guess we'll see. But when I go and I take like squeaky brakes, it's like needed, and do a strip. But I'm trying to decide. I think I might do the slimmer strip, and then I need another color there, which would be, and it's kind of throwing it off because we have our dark black ground too on this. Now that I'm looking at it, we do have this blue. It's kind of a washed out blue. I'll be honest. I'm not 100% thinking that's gonna do what I want it to do in that regard. So let me pull out the paper again and see if we can find anything that could help us, because these backgrounds, which is going to happen depending on what paper you're using, it just happens sometimes. I mean, I love that softness of that pattern, but I don't think we want teal there. So, oh, I cut these out already last time, so maybe that yellow helps. I might need to go back to my cream backside. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to make some of these paper choices with not the specifics. Okay. Okay. Let me clean off my table really fast. Oh, here. This is another blue I used. That's more on point. I just pulled that from my stash, so that's not part of this collection. I just wanted to mention that. But it definitely tones it down a little bit. Okay. I will say this black does work, but I feel like the select one, the one that we chose, will, yeah, it just makes it feel not as bold in that. And this is going to be covered a lot here, so that's really going to help. So just knowing where we're headed is really going to help, right? And that's why it's so nice to have a game plan, because it kind of just helps you know, like, okay, hold on, I have a game plan. I don't need to worry too much yet. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and slide this over as well. I actually do like the yellow there. I had previously cut them. They were in my little scrap pile, so maybe I'll use those. And okay. There we go. Do I have more of that yellow paper? Definitely I need to incorporate that. Okay, let me try this blue really fast, because I'm looking for the strips. What to pull in the strips. And again, that was just part of that creative challenge. So just kind of thinking along those lines. Which one to do? I really do feel like I need to pull this up, though. It needs to be up here as well. You know what? I'm just going to cut a strip and we'll see if it works. You know, I don't know what this strip is, but it's probably close to like a 1 inch. So I think for me, I'm just going to cut. So 1.5 inches. It could be really cute for a 2 inch as well, if you want like a real thick kind of like belt there. Or yeah, maybe even 1.5 inches now that I'm looking at it. I'm gonna do 1.5. Okay. Let's test one side here and go from there. Oh, Trudy just said you guys are the best. Okay, so it is the Echo Park. Maybe it's the one that I just showed you though. maybe they're calling it autumn. I thought maybe it would be like more leaves and stuff like that, but the one I just showed you, maybe they released it in autumn. It didn't quite have as much trees. Maybe there's other patterns and I just didn't choose those. Maybe I just need to design one, a real autumny, fun design. So see how that's kind of cute. Like when you take a strip and you butt that up next to it, and then we're going to do a little trimming, and then all of a sudden, like, we're kind of pulling those together. So I was trying to decide, I did cut 1.5 inches. I'm trying to decide if I want it to be 1 inch on that. Let me lay it back out. Again, taking one decision at a time. There, did you guys hear that? They're playing a game, so it's going to be, it might be loud. We'll see. I think it needs to go down a little bit. The plaid's very, very a lot. Okay, I'm going to go down a little bit on that. I know, Trudy. I'm sorry. But only if you have a reason for it. Like, I knew I had these pictures. I also really have a special heart for poo in our household. So for me, it was kind of sentimental for that reason too. But if you don't necessarily, then just choose one. But I knew that for me, I was like, oh. And now that the copyright is open, I guarantee there's going to be another poo collection here soon, and another one, and another one, and another one. So, yeah. Okay, so 1 inch I think looks really a lot better there in that regards. So, and then yes, I think I need to, again, in that, what we can pull from that one sample is the pulling up and down, right? So I think we need to pull, whether it's the bees or I think, Glenda, that's maybe what you're referring to, is that tartan, the teal down here at the bottom. So balancing top, bottom to left. Yeah. Oh, no, Linda, I didn't see that. She said, did you see my comment? It is SS New Fall Collection. Okay, so there is a new Simple Stories too collection. All right. Then bugger on that. I'm going to have to check that one out. Trudy, you'll have to see on, or I'll have to Google, I guess. The new Simple Stories one. See, but it is a fall one, so it's like probably brand new. All right. You know, I really think strips are really fun, just to kind of pull, like I said, those patterns up and down when you're wanting to balance it. It helps give a little bit more substance, but at the same time, structure and anchoring of patterns. This plaid, you know, when I started to use it, had a lot more, it called for a lot more tension on the page. And so I really want that attention to be spread out so that it helps with the flow of the page. And so that's kind of an additional thought process that's happening there on that regards. And then if we do that yellow there as our 1/2 inch, I had those cut out, and I actually just used the shape scissors, and I took a 1 inch and cut that in half, which is kind of like why you see those little edges on that. But I ended up not using it on the other layout, but I might use it on this layout. So that's convenient. That's really nice when that happens. And then I definitely want to pull that down to finish our frame approach here. I can either do that with the bees, or definitely, this is where I can use this other side and do that. You know what? I think it will soften it a little bit to not have too many of those busy bees. But we'll give it a shot. And I'm going to cut another, let's see, 1 inch. I'm going to do 1 inch again. So I'm going to match the top where I did 1 inch. And I'm going to match the bottom here. Let's see how that, yeah, that really balances that. Okay. All right. Got little things from my daughter. I think it might be time to update that daughter. So that I'll layer behind. Let me cut another 1 inch. So I'm going to do another 1 inch strip here. Oops. I will say it's kind of hard to do a 1 inch on this Caterpillar, but it works out. Okay. Just going to ink it. This one, actually, because of the circle over here, it's going to be covered a lot, but I'm still going to place it there. I think I was tempted to flip these like the layout that we're using as our springboard. But like just have that kind of butt up right next to that. Like so. Now granted, we're going to have some pictures here. So it's kind of get it like a little bit of a buckling going on there. And then I'll also do the other side. If you flipped that though, I'm trying to think, like if you had it at the bottom too, I think that could be really cute. So like, for example, let me just show it. See if you had that like that, and you decide to do your border that way, that just nicely, again, pulling that color down. And then you could even do another trimming in the middle of those to break that up. But look how cute that is. So cute. That looks really cute. I don't typically do that. I mean, you could do top. It lines up here again. That's fun on this border. It lines up there again on both directions. I don't usually do that. I like the flow, but it's interesting. I don't think I'm going to do it, but it's interesting to say the least. Okay, so let me throw this back the other way. I also like in the way I designed it for the purpose of this kind of having a place to sit, these two little elements. Having them have a place to sit is going to help give it a structure that will feel clean as well. Okay, so let me go ahead and put that back there, like so. All right. Now, once I have a frame, I usually jump to, well, it's kind of hit and miss, but I like to throw in my pictures because at this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in my direction of my layout. Now, listen, sometimes I've gotten to this point and the paper you're using or whatever, like something's not clicking. Now, listen, more often than not, it's the paper that you're using. Actually, my daughter, Riley, she was working on a page and she's like, oh, I'm just not loving it. And I didn't even think it. I just said, change your paper right away. I said, change it. And she's like, I already cut a border out of it and stuff. And I was like, that's okay. In a future layout, you'll use that. Just stick it back in the kit. Just put it to the side. The reason, and it's not that the paper wasn't working together. It was because the paper wasn't working for what she was feeling. She's doing, and she hasn't finished it yet. It's sitting over there on the table. The poor baby started crying last weekend. So she actually has not finished that layout. I should go give her a hard time about that. But she was doing a baby page and I was like, just do more of like traditional baby paper and stuff. And so she switched the gears and then she's like, okay, that made a huge difference. I'm like, yeah, a lot of the struggle we feel sometimes is just the feeling of the paper not matching the feeling that you want for the memories that you're scrapbooking. And so, yeah. So sometimes it happens that you get to cutting out maybe a border or two and it's just not quite feeling right. But I feel pretty confident here. So I think for at this point, I am going to go ahead and throw my pictures in so I can stare at these cute pictures as long as possible during this process and soak it all in. So that one is just staying a 4x6. This one, I think we'll trim down just a little bit to a 5x4. And I'm going to take a little of the sides on each side here to make that happen. Just a little bit. Okay. And here we go. Like so. Okay. And our little V there, which we're going to create here soon. And I think we decided that one's going to be in the circle. And I'm going to do these ones. These are similar, but his hand's just a little different. I love that little hand up and around his face like that. So I definitely want to capture that. So even more so than I want to capture the ears. The ears are already represented other places. I want to capture his hands around his face. He loves doing that. So I'm going to pull that down and I'm going to just, and I just like push hard with my pencil. If that doesn't work, because sometimes pencil doesn't work in this, at this phase, at this then I'll get a pen if I need to or something. But ultimately, just feel confident and helps you love the photo sets. I don't stress as much as I used to when I was cropping pictures. And now I can just do it a lot more confident and with ease. So I love that. Lots more confident. Okay. And I may map my pictures. I'm trying to decide. I actually think they bounce off the background nicely. So maybe I'll just do some cute little photo corners. I don't know. Getting ahead of myself here. Okay, so now we need to go back and get this Everett border. And we will do another giveaway after the photos. How about that? After I add all my pieces here. All right. So with this, right, so Beth, this is the new Everett border. Sorry, I mentioned it at the beginning, but it's kind of a teaser. They are coming, though. They are coming really shortly. So hopefully that helps. All right. Okay. Oh, Linda says it's 2 weeks in the store. That's good to know. Okay. On that collection, I think is what she's referring to. All right. So in this, what we want to do, let me remember here, because it's kind of hard to actually trace more. I mean, it's one thing to trace lines on a pattern or a picture, but when you're actually getting a shape, I like to turn it over. But for me, you kind of really, you can't see it when you do that, like right, slide, flip. Already, you can see, you can get your alignment off on that. All right. So what I did the other day actually is I just kind of saw like this leveled here with this edge, and I got lucky, and I'm actually getting lucky again that that's the case. And that this bottom is lining up here. So when I flip it, I know I can take it, line it back up on the edge, and I just need that to line there as well. Otherwise, I would say use like a pen or something, because it's if you want the whole circle cut out, like it's hard to see in pencil, I guess is my point that I'm making. Like that's not going to work. So, but on the back, it works. Okay. I know, Beth. I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on that too. It'll be so fun. And I am cutting out just a portion of this. I could choose to put these hands somewhere. Now, I have spotlighted his hands in many other places. So for me, again, like having that balance of knowing, okay, I'm okay cutting the hat off here because the hat's over here. I'm okay with, like, you don't need it in every single picture. Actually, I think it's helpful when you have pictures that focus on different perspectives or different angles instead of having everything such a priority in every picture. So I feel like that's just something you ask yourself when you're cutting your pictures or doing things like, how much are you okay cutting out, right? So I really wanted to focus on his head and his face here. His little chubby cheeks are standing out so much because of how we trimmed that picture. That's crazy, but cute at the same time. All right. Then this one is not quite the size of our thing that we wanted here. So I'm actually torn because you'll notice it more if I cut it and put it on top. So honestly, I might go and actually cut the circle out so that I can create a window where this goes behind it. Let me just double check because this is smaller. Because I was thinking I could put a strip there behind it and it won't be so noticeable. Let me move this over here. I really want this over here and down. So I want it to kind of look like that. But we have I'd have to shrink it or I have to add to this, which, you know what? Let's just add to it. We have this little B strip here. I'm just going to extend it out first before I cut into it. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. You know what? Do I have any washi tape handy? I think I have some right here. Let me grab some. Just to kind of extend that out for a moment. Uh-oh. You okay? All right. I'm going to use this washi tape. Gives me a place to use it. Hey.
Hey.
I'm in a live, just so you know.
I know. Is it DJ fitted?
Yeah, I decided to scrapbook these pictures again, and I decided to do a layout for you because...
For me? I didn't finish mine.
You can't have mine. That's mine. But because, you know, you're still not finishing your other layouts, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here. We'll go back to the front for you so people can see you. Look at, you say hi?
Baby.
You say hi? He was scrapbooking with me the other day. He was scrapbooking with me.
He takes up all my time right now.
I know. It's pretty normal, though. I was telling them about how you were doing your layout the other day and the paper just wasn't working. And I was like, switch it, change it.
Yeah.
And the filling just happened to help a lot.
Yeah.
But when she finishes that page, we'll share it, yeah? It's a cute page. It's coming together. It's just not quite there yet.
Right.
So he is adorable, Riley, Linda says.
Yeah, thank you. I know. I did a good job.
What is the thumping noise? I don't know, Dina. Does somebody else hear the thumping noise? I hear the thumping noise now because I hear a patting on the back. And somebody is in the other room printing something. So I don't know if that's it. Like I said, this house is busy, busy tonight. Like little busy bees. Okay. This didn't need much added to it, but I just wanted to feel like it was part of it instead of an afterthought. And that actually makes it feel like it was part of the design. That worked out really well. So, yes, you hear it thumping. Let me just make sure that that's not thumping. Oh, good big burp.
Farted at the same time.
Oh, gosh. Baby. Let me see if you guys hear it still. You still hear the thumping? Don't. Is it my table? Am I hitting my table? Huh. What is the thumping? My camera is on my table, but typically that doesn't.
Are you hitting it right here?
I don't know. Let me move the mic.
Oh, is it hitting?
Maybe. Bummer. You guys should have said that soon. Let's see if that helps. Okay.
Oh, you're about to die, Mom.
Oh, can you?
Where's your...
Yes. Hurry and get that. Yeah, I think it's right there. Here, let me take them really fast.
Take the baby.
I'll take them. Oh, you say hi? Huh? You're the man of the show. Look at your page. Huh. Huh. All right, guys. I did cut with him the other day. I was like, one-handed cutting. No, it's just kidding. It's not possible, but oh, too funny. Oh, what? Oh, burp again. Don't you throw up on my page. That won't be nice. No.
Little accessory. Grow up.
Throw up on the page. All right. Here you go.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, thank you. Okay. We get to create a bear and some bees now, guys. I have all my elements in place here. Seeing the different things. And that'll be really cute. We'll want that light to line up. We'll want that to line up. Like so. Okay.
He's 2 months old.
2 months old. Ah, thanks, Trudy. Sorry, guys. Appreciate it. I guess I did miss that comment. You know what? I think maybe where I'll use this tree pattern. I'm trying to think what to cut the. Let's do the bear. I'm going to do the bear. I think I have some yellow paper in here. Not that it has to be yellow, but it could be cute. I think I had some left over. Hopefully. Ooh, just enough, I think. Just enough to do some bees and some bears and different things. So actually, there's even some more title cards on the back of this. Lots and lots of back of these things. Oh, more than I probably need, but lots of variation and options. All right. So I'm going to do my bear here. There's actually a lot of ways that you can create these bears. If you guys, again, for the club members, checking out the PDF, but this bear, I cut out the inside legs here, and then I just did kind of a nozzle here with 2 enamel dots eyes. But then this bear, let me see how I did this one. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I just wanted it to stand. I actually backed the legs here a little because I wanted it to stand out a little more. So that was just another little thing you can pay attention to. You could doodle the legs. You don't have to cut in and around those legs. It's not hard though, I will say. And it gives you the details pretty quickly for you by doing that. My pencil is not quite, where's my other pencil? There it is. Let's see. That one's a little sharper. I'm just going to start down there with the details. We're going to trace those legs out. I kind of just started at the legs because they're more like you want to slow down your traces when you're going in and out of those. But the rest just comes out. And I might need to keep as much as this yellow. So I'm going to go up and around that because I do want to get a few more bees out of this paper. And we'll just kind of go up and around and kind of glide it through, of course. I had to put this little thing around and it's like coming off. It's like just a little strand because I'd given my old scissors, the ones that I had before these ones, they're still Tim Holtz scissors. I have some older pairs of scissors that I'm like, okay, you guys can have these ones, but you can't have my newer ones, right? Because the other ones are a little duller than these ones. And they kept getting mixed up. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to put a string around my scissors that you can't use, and you can use the other ones that are floating around this house. I don't know. I know. And my own, I should just come up with a better solution and lock my scissors up. But then I'd have to unlock them every time I want to use them. But it is funny though, because I was like, I'm putting a string around my scissors, the ones you guys can't use. But the other pair that looks pretty much like these ones you can use. It got a little complicated. Maybe I should have just thrown away the other scissors and told them nobody's allowed to use scissors that look like these. That's probably easier, to tell you the truth. But too funny. Oh, good. Yes, I was hitting the table and it was hitting the mic. So that's what was thumping. So annoying. Because when I ink and move and yeah, it's on the table. So this is where a dauber is definitely going to come in handy when you pull back on those little pieces that you cut out and then just ink around those edges. Tina says, I'm almost glad that I did it to stick with scrapbooking. Well, my husband's not necessarily in it for scrapbooking. He just uses my scissors because they know how awesome they are. And my son's not in scrapbooking. He also uses my scissors, but my other daughters recently have been scrapbooking. Abby said, Mom, I'm just going to come home and shop from your stuff. And I said, well, in all honesty, that's fair. You can. As far as paper goes, I definitely have a lot of paper you can still use without you having to buy too much. So, Tennis says, what'd you say? I have a friend who quilts and she puts a combination lock through the handles of her sister's scissors so her family. I might have to do that, Angie. I'm not even joking. I think I might have to. Because I thought getting another pair of scissors, letting them have the other ones because they were getting, but like I said, not working. So it's a little band-aid for now. This little strand on the scissor is not working. So yeah, we'll see. We will see about that. Okay, so I think again, I'm gonna kind of probably do it similar. Maybe even I'll get some enamel dots actually for those little eyes. And it worked out great. So if you have like black enamel dots or something. On this one, I didn't use enamel dots. I just drew the eyes on, but I did like the layers with that. Let me go actually grab some black enamel dots or something. All right. Oh, this page is coming together. It's really fun. We'll do another giveaway here in a moment. Okay. So let me see. All right. So for the template and the placing, you can absolutely, with the mouth here, okay. Some people said they took like vellum and then traced one out if you really have a hard time with that. I thought that was a really good idea because it's just kind of like a guideline, you know, for you. Let me take some cream paper. I think I have some of this pack. Actually, I'm just going to use this is the color I need because it's from the kit. I'm just going to use the bottom of that. So for me, I just kind of like take it and I just kind of did a shape like that. But if you are wondering, like you could do something like that. Actually, even this clear stuff, you don't have vellum. Let's see if that works. I haven't done it this way. We could do like draw it onto this. I haven't done this way yet. Usually, like I said, I just did that and it wasn't like absolute, but it worked. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm just actually cutting it out of this little paper from your stickers that you have. And I'm gonna, then you can kind of use that. Is that wiping off? No, it's not. Okay. Let's see how close I was. Huh, I was actually pretty close. Crazy. I only need it was just like right here. So, and then you can cut this little piece out. And then I just drew, well, actually I might draw on it first before I cut it out. And then I just draw a little nose. And little lines under it. You can color in the nose, or you can, I think I did mine, yeah, I did them different each time. I didn't color in the nose on this one, but I did color in the nose on this one. So I think it just depends what you want. I think I'm going to color in the nose on this one. Kind of fill that in. Okay. All right. We'll trim that up like so. Thanks, Christine. Appreciate it. We're just following the Sweet 16 challenge layout that we picked for today's event, which is here. This is the springboard that kind of propelled what we have so far. Let me see here. Move all these other papers. This was the before layout, and we are doing the challenge, Sweet 16 challenge hashtag in the community. Design your own layout, finish it out. If you're finishing it tonight, great. You can post it tomorrow or sometime soon before the 18th, and we will do a winner from those that join this challenge specifically. Okay. And then I think we'll just add some eyes. We'll do usually enamel dots this time instead of drawing them. Like so. I like eyebrows. I think eyebrows are just give a lot of personality and they're a lot of fun. Oh, nope. We don't want to use that. That's the thick one. Little fine point pen. No, we don't want big bushy eyebrows. Just a little. Oh, we don't want them to look mad though. No mad eyebrows. There we go. Okay. I might do a little pop-up there. I don't know. Just it seems fun to add a little pop-up on our little nose here. And when I have little pieces like this, I definitely just put them together so I don't lose my piece. Is Pamela on here? Pamela, did you ever find your bear piece? Oh my goodness, she said she lost it. And I was like, that's so sad. I felt for you. And then the ears, we could do a few ears on those, and those are here. So you could definitely trace those out. It's better when you have a really sharp pencil or a mechanic pencil, which I have mechanical pencils too, and those disappear. I'm going to go around collecting them, I think, again. Linda got me a mechanical pencil, and I told her the moment she gave it to me, I was like, I'm not going to lose this. Because I knew exactly. Well, David, again, husband. It's the husband, guys. You guys should yell at him. He is the culprit. Okay, these little guys. So you can doodle these too. You don't have to. You could, like, if you wanted to doodle, trying to decide. On the other ones, I didn't doodle it, but maybe I will on this one. Change it up. We already put our enamel dots on, so I need to get it flat. See what I think. I actually think because I did the layers on the others. I think I'm gonna like a little bit of pop of cream up there too. Yeah, I think I do. Okay. Where did I put that? There we go. I'm just gonna cut these two little guys out. My nails too long. Just do little. Okay. All right, guys, sorry. You have to think on those things. I can't think and talk on those spots. It's like whenever I'm doodling, I can't think and talk at the same time. You know, kind of just watching. But it's really all you need on the bear. It's comes together pretty quickly. Let me pick this up so I can actually get this little guy. There we go. And the other one. There we go. Okay. Okay. Done and done. So really it's just down to the bees and the trees. And then I think I'm going to do some journaling there. So that will be fun. I have a pair of tweezers, Julie. I just have to go look for them. And I was thinking, this wouldn't be that hard. I don't feel like it was as hard the last bear I did. But this one, I was like, oh, they gave me a run for my money. I do have some tweezers. I'm not sure where they are, though. I haven't used them for a bit because usually they're not that complicated. But today, the nails wanted to get in the way. Let me decide what I'm going to cut this out of. If we're talking about balance and we're talking about all that lovely stuff that leads us through our design process, I'm definitely going to do some yellow bees. So we're going to do bees here. Because they'd just be so cute. It's kind of what I did on my last page, and it was really cute. Just did these. And then I did lines in the middle. So I just drew some black lines in the middle. And I actually used stickles on one of them, but I think on this one I'll just draw lines. Right? And then you can do vellum. I think vellum on the wings are so cute. If you want to break up just a little bit of that. Super cute. Trying to think what other, I mean, you could do red wings if you wanted to break up. Again, that layering is really going to kind of take this design and just kind of enhance it a little bit with a few layers, right? Super fun. Okay, ink those edges really fast. So you could do that. I feel like we need vellum. We need some vellum. So let me find some vellum really fast. I just used it. Where did it go? Vellum. Gotta get for not putting it back. Where did it go? Oh, I have some gold. That could have been cute too. I don't know. Maybe too blingy for the page. It could have been cute though. So definitely pulling in, like, if you wanted to do like cute little shiny bees, that could be really cute too. That could be really, really cute. Let's see. Or burlap could be really cute. Although I think the vellum, just a little softness of the vellum is really fun on these bee guys. So when I cut out a piece of it, right, when you paper piece it together, you just do the portion that you need. So, I mean, it's really the similar approaches every time. Just kind of taking one piece at a time on these details. If you're adding embellishments, right, like if you don't want as detailed a page, then you don't have to. You definitely keep it one layer, but if you want to kind of add in some layers, this is where these other things from our stashes can also really play a part in our page on that. Cute. I kind of like it offset, so I might even trim down. I like it kind of coming in on the wings. Let me move this over here so you guys can see it. You can go the full length, but I actually think I'm going to trim the insides a little because then it will lay just a little inwards of the other one. I'm just going to ink those edges lightly. And we'll add some glue right on the inside wing. Just like right there. And place that back. There we go. And let that dry for a moment before I pull on it too much. There we go. Little pop-up. You can even add a little, I don't know, if you wanted to. I don't think it needs it, but it could be cute. Even a little glitter or something around that if you wanted to. Here, let me show you guys close. I love creating bees. They're so fun. So fun. Love it. All right, let's do another giveaway. We still have 2 more sets to give away, guys, from our vaults. We have Woodland Creatures and Groovy. So both of these sets we still have to give away tonight. I'm going to do another Name That template. Okay, if you weren't on and you just jumped on, we're doing this Name That template. And I'm picking a design from one of our past idea books. So I'm going to pull out number 4 now. And I'm just going to go random page. There we go. Okay. I'm going to cover this the best that I can. That's the most complicated part of this. Let's see, where's another piece of paper? Just to make sure that nothing gets given away. All right, so I'm going to point out a design, and then I'm going to say name that template. Specifically on this one, I'm going to point out one specific design. You tell me the name that this template's set belongs to. Okay, so what set it belongs to. And the first person, let me make sure I have all the chats up. And ready, set, go. Here is a quick one pager. The owl. What is the owl and the acorn from? What set is the owl and the acorn from on that? That is in idea book number 3 on that. Gal Owens. Gal, is that you, Gal Owens? It says O. You were first. You were first. Then it was, yep. Some said fall. It was autumn. Autumn is the official name. Autumn nature, a story. There's an owl in the story, Shelly. It's just not this owl. There is another cute owl in the story set. Well, Gal, which one would you like? We got woodland creatures or groovy. Both of them are fun to have multiple even to play with in regards to offsetting on a layouts. So autumn, we were just talking about autumn. Awesome. Okay, let me put a big book number 3 away. And this lovely sign. Okay, yes, Gal Owens. Well, which one do you want, Gal? Let me know so we know which one's left for another giveaway here soon. Shortly. Yes, congrats. All right. I need some pop-up. For me, I always kind of add little pop-ups as I go because, I don't know, it's just fun. Okay, done. Woodland creatures it is, Gal. Woodland creatures. I know. I think I'm going to have to pull woodland creatures out for actually another baby page I want to do. Because all of, baby clothes always have these cute little animals on them. And I was inspired by that. And I thought, oh my gosh, that'd be such a cute page to kind of play on that symbolically. And yeah, that'd be fun. So, okay, let's see. Trees and bees. That's where we're at. I was like, where am I at? Just little by little. I think I'm going to do this other bee over here so that we create our little triangle visual flow here. And I'm going to just repeat the same processes, but with this half sideways bee. This little bee. Then we'll do some fine little details as well. Swish it up, she says, like Linda says. Yes, she's the master of swishing. Jushing it up. Not swishing it, jush it in. Jush it up. That sounds very Linda-like. All right. There we go. And my vellum for the wings. I feel like, it was so fun about vellum is a little goes, of course, a long way. I feel like that with all my specialty papers, though. I just think when you pull those in, they're fun for a little details and layering. So again, when you really think about layering as one of those just design principles that you can kind of go through that checklist. Just looking at your designs and saying, like, what can I add to maybe another little layer or paper piece here? And when you do that, think also about like those specialty papers, vellum, glitter papers, things like that, that can maybe shush it up, right? Add to it in a way that just makes it feel a little bit more come alive in that. I'm just adding a little glue again here. I didn't add the stripes yet, but I'll come back and draw those on here in a moment. Once that dries, let that dry for a moment. Okay. And then I do have some cute stickers too in this kit, so I might even find a home for some of those. This one, I think what I'm gonna do is that 100 Acres Woods. This one is a little too big in the pattern, actually. It's really cute as it is, but a lot harder to kind of utilize, right? Unless you're using it, I guess, as a background. So I'm gonna pull this one out and trace it out of this. Let's see, anything of words that I want to capture. They're all just really cute. So I'm just going to leave it to the edge then. It works either way. You know, again, talking like this could even be cute. Now that I'm doing it, burlap could be really cute out of one tree branch. Tree stub, I guess you could say. It's like a larger stub. I don't think I'm going to cut the circle out of this one. But when you're playing, guys, I'm telling you, you want to add a smile to your face, stick a little bear coming out of that circle. So cute. And so fun. Detach, detach, detach. And moving in. All right. Go ahead and cut this out. I'm trying to decide. I think it's the only pattern that I think would work. So if not, maybe I'll pull out some burlap. But I'm trying to decide if the cream on the cream is going to work. But I feel like inking is going to really help it as well. So we'll just kind of see where it takes us for a moment. Like so. Okay, how's everyone doing? You guys still hanging in there with me? Where are we at? Okay. We have like 30 more minutes with that we had planned. I don't mind going a little longer as well, but I think we'll be done by then. So hopefully give everyone a chance to kind of be inspired, take the challenge. If you need a challenge to kind of propel you this week to get something done, hopefully you take that challenge and give it a try. That's really cute, actually. That's really fun. I could even draw. I am not an artist, but I was thinking, let's see what we have over here. Where's my, there it is, gold pen. I just used my gold pen the other day. I was thinking I could draw some like lines in. I don't know, just kind of add to the wood feel. It didn't make too of an impact. It was a thought. I have the glitter pen, and I was thinking on the glitter pens, I could come in around, let's see if it makes a big impact. These leaf wings. Like so. It's gonna add a little. You guys see that? It's kind of hard to see, huh? Bend that a little. Let me see what the gold looks like on the vellum. I want to test that first before I do it, because if it's too much, I don't want to do it. If it's like screaming at me. I might do it in the inside here to blend this a little bit. Actually, that looks really good. Blending that. then you know what? Let's do it. It's a little bit more prominent. Taking that and outlining that. Like that. Sometimes inks take longer to dry on vellum, so definitely pay attention to that. Is this one? Yeah, that's like smearing, so probably should have used my other ink point. So I'm going to stick that guy to the side for a moment. I'll come to this one. Same steps, like so. And I didn't draw my lines yet. There we go. Little eye on the side here. There we go. Little bees. I'm telling you guys, you want just a little, you want to experience some little joy, create some bees. They just, something so satisfying about them. Okay. All right. So now I think I really am down to the little details. Excuse me. I feel like I need to do like a little trim there or something. So let me find that paper again. Oh, where did that paper go? What was on the back of that one? Or maybe the blue even. I know I was humming and hawing over the blue, but I do actually, you know what? I'm just going to cut a piece. It's too hard to see sometimes. Let me just see what a little piece of blue adds to the page. Oh yeah, that's cute. It's cute. Done and done. Let me see. I didn't even do a 1/2 inch though. This is barely like probably close to, I don't know, 1/4 inch on that. On that. But I was thinking just to give that finish to the strips because we added all these layer strips. Sometimes it's nice just to kind of, when I added that edge, it almost creates another little downward motion. So that's why I was like, I feel like I need a little bit of a strip here. But I will say, because I did that and we're going to balance that, I will do that here at the bottom too. Probably right here. Yeah, that's cute. It really frames that in nicely between those two layers too. You kind of create this middle anchor element here. We're going to have this one tucked behind here, and it will just barely be on there, but I'm still going to add it. I don't even need that whole thing. We'll just use a portion of that. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to adhere, and then I'm going to add any little extra stickers that I want to add. Where happened to my bigger pop-ups? There they are. There. So when I adhere, well, let me check out the stickers. I see if there's anything that calls my name for this page. I definitely think journaling there. I was thinking I could use some of these because, you know, they're really cute. You could fill in that space. But Keep looking for sunshine, our little piglet. The sunshine fills. Oh, it's hiding, splendorous. What's the buzz? Not quite hitting the spot for me. But little, I don't know. This little heart. Let's see what that looks like on our bear, because that could be cute. Yeah, that's cute. And actually, there's this little owl. This is owl that maybe we should perch right here. I'm trying to decide if I like it. I might have to do that on another layout here. I'm just going to put it down for a moment. I don't know. It's not quite hitting the spot for me, but that could be fun. I might have to do that on another page. Oh, brother. Well, I'll come back to that. You know, I feel like this could stand out a little bit more over here. It's not quite doing what I want it to do. So I might pull this pattern over here and trace this out a little larger here on this. And use my tracing disc. Because I just want it to be a little, like a little mat, basically, around this. Okay. Let's see. There's a pencil. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down here. Just do that a little bigger. Trying to decide if I'm going to do it with the other one or not, but I'm going to do one first and then decide. Detach it. Cute. All right. Now we'll cut this out. I'll adhere it, and then we'll do our last giveaway. Okay, guys? I guess all those on the Pacific side, it's not as late for you guys, but for those of you that it is, thanks for hanging out with me. And again, hopefully you're finishing a project of your own, a layout, and being inspired by that. Okay, so I do think that brings just a little bit more structure over here. I actually really like that. And then I'm thinking even from a last detail point, maybe we add a little bit of texture behind this B section here, this little layer here. And trying to decide, oops, the string here. Let's see. And you know, these little fun little details, they can get just really enjoy the process. You can almost get in the flow state with it. I need to see my journaling again. So I'm going to have little journaling things here and strips, which are always a great option when you're not quite sure where to fill in journaling. They really help just kind of fill it in without too much demand on the design itself. And okay, let me go ahead and connect my pieces. So what I like to do before I start adhering, if there's any pieces that I can, you know, connect, I like to connect those so that it becomes one. And pop up anything that's like top layer. If you can do pop, I mean, I just am a sucker for pop up. So You know, I've always asked myself too, like when it goes into the album, you can't like tell as much, but sometimes, I mean, you can a little bit, but it's so satisfying. I don't know. I'm a sucker for it. Even these, I think these could be fun popped up a little bit over here. So I use pop-up like not sparingly. I just am like pop up. I don't use it sparingly at all. That's really cute. Maybe even having, again, that little bit of a layer being represented here. I was thinking of popping both of those, but I might leave that one flat. Yep. Oh, I didn't want, let's see. How do I want his face to be? I think I want it like that. Like that. There we go. And then, okay. I'm going to add some string around that, but I'm going to, I think I want it to be kind of behind that whole section. So I might place it behind the border. So I'm going to take just a few fingers, wrap some string. This is like gold thread. And I'm going to do quite a thick piece. So I'm going to wrap it around, kind of gather it, and then pull it off. Right? And then I kind of just make it messy like this. And I think I want it behind the border itself, just kind of poking out behind this. So because these layers, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a little X there because that's where it's going to go. And I'm just going to add some adhesive. This is where the border is going to go. So a lot of it's going to be hidden. I'm going to put some adhesive there and then just place that down. Make sure your ends get put back into the piece and then just kind of spread it out. Then now let's start with layering these pieces down. If you don't, right, like, again, if you're like, where do I keep my border? Just make a little mark. Then that can help you direct you to the next one. I'm going to cut this one and tuck it in. So we can come back to that. So I'm going to add some adhesive. Line it up with that little mark. Then I kind of know, okay, it's going back down. I'm not going to push down yet because I want to tuck this piece in. So I'm just going to trim this up. And actually ink my edge again. And then we're going to slide that and basically line it up like so. Okay. And then we also have this one that's going to be tucked in. Actually, I think I might lay that one on top. Okay. So I'm just going to do a little adhesive, guys. Little adhesive. You know, it's like I used to not love adhering things down. I was always kind of like, oh, I'm done with the layout. I'm kind of over it. And you know, you have to kind of pull it apart and before you can put it back together. I don't know. I feel like somewhere along the way, though, I really have just really enjoyed focusing on little sections and seeing it like be finished, you know, instead of getting so thinking of the whole layout as a whole, right? I come in, I kind of group things together. I zone in on one spot and there's little basically endorphins that happen, right? Because you're completing things. So, so really seeing that as little sections and completing them as sections, you get little hits of endorphins. So I'm going to trim this up here. There we go. So see how that kind of just feels like it's fun and pulled together, and then you can kind of see it coming together, and that's like satisfying. Super satisfying. Okay. The tracing disc. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that, but yes, Pam already answered it. They're Elker tracing disc. Actually, they're we have them in our. Let's see. I have them saved on our Amazon page under Essential Tools. Maybe not. Where do I have them? Maybe under other tools. There it is. Here, I'll put it in the chat for you. Okay. All right. So the same thing. We want to figure out our spacings, right? I want that to kind of stick out behind that. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go from one side to the other. And same thing. We want to just kind of line that up. And then we'll layer all of our, we have a lot of strips, which I was inspired by the sketch, the challenge, the layout challenge that we chose for today's event. But I have to take one at a time and adhere these down. All right. And let me do that. You're welcome. Pooh Campbell, are you like, I don't know why it says Pooh Campbell, because of Winnie the Pooh? Like, are you like a Pooh fan? It'd be so fun if you are. Or is it a coincidence? Love it. Okay. So I like to do one side because what I'm gonna have to make sure that those match across, right? So I want them to keep their flow going. So I'm gonna have to make sure I get the other one to match up with this one. Those are really fun layers though. Just a few little strips under a border, guys. I'm telling you, really are fun. Super, super fun to do. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add our pictures down. And my next picture, I will print off the journaling. So I'm not going to quite be able to do that yet, but I will do that. And I mean, we could handwrite it, but I'll probably print it. And now I'm going to go to the next side of my page. We're going to just take the bottom layers. I've already grouped what I can group. Everything else has to be adhered together. And then I just want to make sure I'm lining my page back up. And that becomes my guide for my next side because I already have my other side figured out. Oh, ran out of adhesive. Let me get another one. Let me get another one. It's a donor. Throw that one in the trash. Okay. And line it back up. And then I'm just going to add this one, right? Oops. Personally, it's why I like this little adhesive, the 3L. And I've used it for over, gosh, at least a decade now. It's because it can come in little strips and or longer, depending on what you do. I think I did this one too long, so I'm pushing it up so it doesn't show. There we go. But the rest of them, there we go. So, gonna finish your page? I'm almost done with my page, so.
These came out cute.
Oh yeah, those paper line. Yep.
Is it out yet? Or no?
Nope, that one's not out yet. That's the sample run. She pulled out a future Kiwi Club kit. Actually, that's February of 2026 that you're looking at right there. So it's not out yet. It's the print sample run that I have to edit.
Is this the one that you're gonna use to scrapbook my wedding?
I don't know. Could work, I guess. This is like, this paper's longer than the other one or something. I don't know what it was doing, but I'm going to trim that up. There we go. One of them is not 12 inch. I don't know which one it wasn't, but one of them wasn't. Okay. I'll have to really trim that up here in a moment. And next. This is so boring, guys. I'm so sorry. Or maybe you're satisfied to me because I really do enjoy seeing it come together. We're going to line that up on our edge and over the next. This is why I don't usually adhere my pages in the lives, because I'm like, it's a process. But it's a valuable process to kind of, I think, see that all of us as scrapbookers go through it. We all go through it. And so I think the key is to kind of embrace it as a creative process too, and see little things being finished. And that's benefit as well. Little endorphins, like I said. This new tape runner wants to go faster than I want it to. Like zoom, zoom. Okay. I actually really like this little blue strip added in. I'm glad I did that. It's really nice. Just a little bit more color in the mix of it. Okay. Then we can put our pictures back. Our bee back. I'll probably bring over that texture again. So left to right for me always seems to do the trick. Doesn't require too much overthinking, and I could do left to right. So probably trying to think where I want to do that. Maybe over here. I was thinking maybe here too. I can keep it by the bees. But let's see. And I didn't map my pictures, so I could choose to do little corner punches. Sometimes I'll do that if I want to give it a finishing touch, but I didn't want to mat it, which honestly, I really don't feel like with this background, it's popping off the pages. I usually mat my pictures if I feel like I want to bring a focal point, or I want to, they're not quite standing out on the backgrounds, right? Diana says her husband just brought home ice cream. Now all I want is ice cream. Thanks, Diana. Enjoy it. What kind of ice cream? Ooh, I love, my favorite is Rocky Road ice cream. I don't know about anybody else, but that is like my absolute favorite ice cream. I love Rocky Road ice cream. Yeah, so I'm going to do it there. So I'm going to add, that's going to go there. A little adhesive here really quickly. And we'll just kind of squish it all in there. And then we're going to put our bee over the top of that. So that's going to help, again, squish it all in there. Let's put this picture down first because I can't put my bee down until I put this picture down. He was so small. It's crazy how fast they grow up. He was so small. Little, but no, it's crazy. Not that little anymore. All right. Well, guys, I think that's about nuts. We're coming to that finish line. Finish line. Same. Oh, big laughs. That's good. Did you guys hear that one? I'm wondering how well it picks up or doesn't pick up. It's going to be a late night in this house. I have a feeling they're not going to settle down, but that's okay. You heard it, Diana? Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me get that just right. Okay. Let me think on the stickers. I'm still torn. I really feel like I need to get my journaling on before I commit to like a sticker. I could do these little tabs. Remember in the sketchbook, they had them, or our layout that we were doing. And instead of putting them on this side, I might actually just stick them. That's an easy choice. Just a little quick detail like that. I think again, I don't know if that would have maybe stood out to me if I didn't have the layout in mind that we had. So that's quick, that's easy. And I mean, I could definitely put, I got to put some journaling, which I'll have around this area, but I could put these little bees flying around. That's another little cute thing I could do. And maybe even stick one over here. There we go. And there's a lot of cute stickers on here. I just think I need to build a structure for them in mind so they feel, like they're grounded on that. Okay. There we go. I think we're done. We did it. Okay, let's do one more giveaway, shall we? And then we'll let you guys finish yours and make sure to share it. And then don't forget, hashtag Sweet 16 Challenge. I'll write it again one more time in the chat here. Hashtag Sweet 16 Challenge. And that is from the 16, page 16 in our page. So this is my layout that I chose to do from utilizing this as my initial springboard to help me not like overthink it, right? Less overthinking, more creating as we go about, and really kind of helps bring that together. So we'll make sure to, this will be a post tomorrow, I think is what it's scheduled for. But feel free to take a screenshot if you're working on it or you just joined in. This is a layout for the Play to Create Challenge for today's event. Make your sample, make your layout, use that hashtag Sweet 16 Challenge, put it in the community, and you'll be entered in to win a $50 store credit. Has to be in by August 18th. Okay, so if it's not today that you're playing or tomorrow that you're playing, sometime between then and now, put it on the calendar, make the time. And if you're a club member, like, feel free to even use this month's kit and change it and put some other templates around. And I mean, granted, there's lots of inspiration in the digital idea book too, but still, another little challenge coming your way. All right. So let's play Name That Template. I am going to pull out idea book number 4 for our last little giveaway here. Someone's going to win the Groovy set. This has been vaulted for some time. If you already have it and you don't want to for, design purposes, give it to a friend. Give it to a friend. Make their day and see it. So this one, let's see. Has more of different elements. So let's see. I'm trying to think. Okay. All right. I think I have one. All right. Let me see here. I'm going to cover this portion. Okay, I'm going to point at a border. First person that I see that names it correctly, the template set is going to be our lucky winner for tonight. All right. Okay, it's this one, the trim here. What is that one called? The trim underneath that one. What is that one called? Here, it was blurring up a little bit. That template. Name that template. Okay. Name that template. Ooh, okay. Oh, so close, Diana. Not funky frills, but fancy frill. Angie Miller, you are a lucky winner on that one. Yay. Fancy frills is that border set in that specific sample from that I did book number 4. Fancy. All right, Angie, you are a lucky winner. Groovy. So make sure to email support@kiwilane.com. All right. Email support. Congrats. Yay. You're welcome. Congratulations. Love it. Okay. Well, guys, thanks again so much for hanging out with me tonight. And we will make sure, I will make sure to post a layout once I get my journaling added. I finish that part up. And I do think I'll test out maybe adding some little quarter punches to our layout. Here, I'll test it really fast together so we can see what we think together. Let me go find that punch. I was just thinking, I don't know. I think it might maybe, I like the cleanness of it right now, but I was just trying to think. Question is now, what color do I do? I think yellow. No, too much yellow. Won't do yellow. Yeah, let's see. I guess I should have. I was thinking either like some red. Let's just try one and I'll see if I like it. Right? You do little corners like that. Okay. I know, guys. I never had a chance. I get it. We will think of next time. That was kind of just a fun little thing for this live. But next lives we'll do. One time we just did random numbers. It's so hard to come up with challenges for the live giveaways. But I want to do giveaways during the live. It's just like, it's not as convenient sometimes. But we'll make it work. We make it work. Yeah, just a little pop of red maybe. I think once I ink that, it will tone it down just a tad bit too. It's kind of fun. So sometimes you just do things like that, right? We probably have all these punches in our stashes, I'm sure. Like that. There we go. Even sometimes I'll put a little pop-up on those too, because I can't help resist. Just a little pop-up and a little ink. Can be a lot of fun on those. I'll do the thinner one. And it just adds just a little bit more without matting them all. For example, if we would have matted that red, it would have been like boom, boom, boom. But yeah, I'll have to think on that one actually. I'm trying to decide if it needs it or not because I'm not quite sure. No? Yes. Right? I'll sleep on that one. I don't need to figure that one out right now. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thanks again. Thank you guys so much for yesterday celebrating 16 years with us. And then, of course, the Play to Create process and embracing that today for National Play to Create Day. And I look forward to it every year. And I know it's a busy time of the year. August has that effect, but it's also very valuable to set aside some time, right? I know for me, today was really busy. I didn't even do my hair, guys. Like, it is hoodie day, it is hair up day, and that's okay. Because I feel renewed. I am really excited. I didn't know how this page would turn out. But that challenge that we did from the idea book really helped kind of, stop my mind from spinning too much and then just jump in. And then, of course, from there, start to play. And then before you know it, one layout leads to another layout, finished layout. So just take one little thing at a time. Absolutely. And ultimately just enjoy the process because it's so fun. And these memories of ours, they deserve to be relived. And I'm really grateful for these pictures. I think I'm going to cherish them for a very long time. So, all right, guys, I had a blast. I'm glad that you guys did as well. Thank you so much for joining again. I'm glad you had fun. Make sure, again, that challenge. I can't wait to see what your guys' pages turn out. And definitely make sure to share it. All right. Okay, guys, take care. All right. Good night, everyone.